Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't want to take up too much time in this introduction, but we just have a exhaust fan that we need to vent to the exterior of the home. Long story short, this customer had given me a call. Hey Vinny, you come highly recommended, of course. I need you to install an exhaust fan vent. For some reason, the other trades couldn't do it. They didn't know how because it went to the exterior of their house. So I don't know the full story on that. But anyhow, he gave me a call. So I'm going to, all I got to do is just put the exhaust fan, hook up to the 4-inch ductwork going to the exterior of the home. That's it, pretty simple. And we'll be cutting a hole through the exterior of the siding and then caulking it and painting it and giving him a turnkey deal for his inspection so that he could pass on his basement remodel. So, some words of advice for you guys really quick. I know you guys are in a hurry. But if you're a handyman out there and you're just getting started, start to know all the trades. Sometimes I'll go to, construction sites, ask questions, watch people. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a while now, so I'm kind of used to it. But, educate yourself in the fields because sometimes, if you're a framer, and if you don't know anything outside of framing, then you're going to be out of work when there's no framing. If you're a drywaller, same thing. If you're an electrician, same thing. Although we're not a master at any trade, by all means, I learn every single day on something. So I just learned to dabble with a little bit of everything. So that way I could stay busy and proficient in my side business, okay? So anyhow, food for thought for you guys. I know you're here to watch how to install an exhaust fan, but if you're a handyman and you're trying to learn this stuff or start your handyman business, then again, I advise you to educate yourself, learn all you can, go to YouTube University, watch other pros do this stuff, go to job sites, talk to people, talk to other people in that trade, and they will be more than happy to give you that knowledge to help you grow, okay? All right, with that said, we're gonna go down the basement. We're going to install a 4-inch duct. Now keep in mind, if the duct work is under 4 feet, then you could shrink it down to a 3-inch pipe. If it's greater than 4 feet, it has to be a 4-inch piece of ductwork or flexible ductwork, okay? So something to keep in mind, that is per code. So with that said, let's go downstairs and check it out. Okay, so here we have our exhaust fan. Everything's been pre-wired. So all we need to do now is go from the fan to the exterior of the home. So it looks like we got some spray installation back there. So I gotta drill through that to the outside of the house. So this is about a 6-foot run. So I apologize for the bad lighting. I am in a unfinished basement, so there's no lighting right now. What's nice about basements, you can just crawl right out of them. Okay, so the vent fan is going to be coming out through this siding right here, so that's where we got to go. So what I like to do is I'll go on the inside first. I'll pre-drill with a drill bit out here, so I know that if it's too low, then the vent will look funny. Okay, so I like to pre-drill it and then get a better idea where I'm going to put my vent. And sometimes I'll try to keep it underneath the siding if I can. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes not. So try to keep your work clean if you can, and the customer will appreciate that. So all right, let's go down and pre-drill this thing. All right, really quick guys, I want to go over some tools that I'm going to be using. You have to have a hammer drill when you're going through the siding. I have a 4.5-inch keyhole saw. This is by Spider. This is from Lowe's. It's their flagship brand. It's actually pretty good. I've had good success with it. We're going to be installing this exhaust vent, and then we're going to be using this 8-foot duct run. This is also 4-inch, and then I got my foil tape, so that'll go around from here to there after we screw it in. And then I got my drill bit, and again I'm going to drill from the inside of the basement coming out, so I can kind of see, you know, where my center is going to be for the duct, because you don't want your duct on the seam. We want to try to get it there if we can. Sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I don't, but I'll try my best. Okay, so we're going to drill through this foam. I got to break some of it off so I could see the plywood. Okay, so being that I have this truss in the way, I'm gonna try to take the vent as low as I can, because I gotta bring it down here without disrupting the truss, kind of like this. Okay, so just drill until you get light, and there is light. Okay, so now we can go to the outside and see where that ends up. Okay, so here's our hole. So we're gonna go 4 inches around. So right here we couldn't get lucky, so I have to make this look as pretty as I can because of the seam, and that's okay. But so sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't, but I can't go any higher than that because of the truss on the inside. It'll hit the truss, so I got to be able to make this clearance, so I have no choice. Okay, so keep in mind, we have your siding, and this is like a hardy backer. Then 2 layers of plywood on the inside. So here's your hole. Now we might have to trim it on the inside because it's probably too close to the truss. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this back a little bit so I can make this elbow drop. Okay, so I marked it right here with my permanent marker. So I'm gonna use some tin snips to cut this, because again, we got this truss sitting right here. Normally these aren't this close, but in this case it is, so we got to deal with it. So again, I'm gonna cut this out with some tin snips, and then I'm gonna tape the ductwork on the outside, and that way I could slide it in, and it'll probably be a lot easier to get past this bend. So I gotta think outside the box here on this one. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut my... Okay, so now I'm gonna cut the sheet metal with these tin snips. So what I like to do is I'll start it, and then I'll turn my hand. Let me do it like this. So the easiest way for me, I'll do my initial cut, and then I'll curve it. And just keep riding it around. Watch your fingers, because this will poke you and will sting. So if you notice, I'm keeping it in one full sheet. It's just easier to cut versus small slivers like this. It just makes it harder, you see that? So keep the long piece on there if you can. All right. Okay, so to get it inside here, I'm just gonna trim it down a little bit. So that's just gonna help me get it into the hole a little easier. So you just kind of shrink it down. So now I'm going to take a couple screws just so I know that it won't come off. I'm just using self-tapper sheet metal screws.
All you do is peel off the layers that you need. So what I like to do is just a few pieces at a time. So apply the tape, press firmly with your thumb so you get a nice, good seal. Take another piece off when you need it. Apply it. And then you just want to repeat the steps all the way around the ductwork.
Okay, so this is an adequate amount of tape going all the way around, giving you a nice, complete seal.
Okay, now we can put our ductwork through the hole. Now that you know that this is 100%, we're going to go ahead and secure it down. I'm just using 1.25" wood screws.
Make sure that this is pleasing to the eye. If you have a bullet level, use one. You want to make sure that this is level. You're going to insert the screw where you have pre-drilled holes. Okay, now that we know this is secure, we're going to caulk the outside so that way it's ready for painting. So I'm going to go ahead and caulk this now, so that way it gives it some time to dry while I'm working inside the basement, maximizing my time.
Okay, just take your finger. I also put it on the screws, so So that way it fills any cracks that were made by the screw.
Okay, if you want clean work, don't leave your caulking like that. You want to smooth it out with a wet rag all the way around. So that way it looks like this up here and it's nice and clean. The last thing you want to see is like a really bad caulking job. So just use a wet rag, blend it all in. So that way when you paint it, it looks really, really nice. It's the little things that make all the difference in the world. Okay, so now we got our ductwork right here. So we're just gonna pull it. That way it clears that truss. And then we'll give it the appropriate bend that it's gonna need. And then we're gonna connect it to this. Okay, so just like the outside, we're gonna put this duct over that vent. Okay, now that we've properly extended the ductwork, now we're gonna take the ductwork and we're gonna secure it to this exhaust vent. If you need to cut this with tin snips to expand it over this vent, then you can do that and then tape it up. So we're gonna start from the top, work away, and give it a little twist. Okay. Now you want to make sure that it's gonna sit flush, and then we're gonna tap some screws in here. So again, we want to make sure we got complete coverage all the way around the ductwork, okay? Okay, so once you've established complete coverage of your foil tape all the way around the ductwork, then now we could suspend it. We need to support this ductwork, okay? Okay, really quick, we're just gonna hang our ductwork with this plastic hanger strap. You can cut these with a razor blade knife or tin snips, and it's just plastic strapping. And what you want to do is put your wood screw or your drywall screw right through those holes, and we're just going to suspend it right on that ductwork. And we'll probably put one on every truss so the inspector's happy. So I like to support the strap first with the screw, and then I'll wrap it around the ductwork. Okay, so all I did was secure one screw there. I wrapped it around the ductwork and then just tied it underneath there. So it doesn't have to be a complicated setup as long as it's supported. They just don't want it falling, you know. So remember, it is just an exhaust vent circulating air. So we're gonna put one here, obviously, and then I'm gonna do one more right there. And then this thing is supported. Something to keep in mind when you fail an inspection, it's always good to go above and beyond and just do an overkill with it, so that way the inspector will just pass you. So he knows that you tried your best to facilitate the building requirement code. We're gonna get that other strap up, and then that'll be it for this job. Okay, so that job only took about an hour and a half to 2 hours, explaining everything with the video. Sometimes filming slows things down, but anyhow, that's how you run an exhaust vent from your fart fan from your bathroom to the exterior of your home. It's really simple. So I hope that helped. If you guys like this video, obviously subscribe, smash that like button for me if you found out this content was very helpful to you. All right, just like that, another job complete. Remember, stay confident, and I'll see you guys on the next video.